We are now going to cross the threshold into that sacred space of exploring the archetypes of humanity, which are the roles that you play in your families, in your companies, in your communities, but also the roles that exist within you and those conversations and relationships that are happening that define your journey. So grab your piece of paper, grab your pen, and the first stage of this is to draw a line vertically right down the middle. On the right-hand side of your piece of paper is going to be 3 words. You're going to write down peace, safety, and ask. These are 3 vital things that every tribe needs. They need to have a sense of safety and peace and control. They also need to have the inquiry and the curiosity that allow people to engage with topics and also engage with each other. And these are very, very important. But now on the left-hand side of your piece of paper are going to be 3 other words. And they're going to be power, risk, and tell. These are also very, very important things in the tribe and the family. You need to be able to have power or nothing changes. The same is true for risk. And if you are a man who has a strong point of view and opinion and makes statements, then this may be your truth. So now you have 2 choices in front of you. And the word decide contains the root of the same words as homicide and suicide and insecticide, and it means in Latin to cut or kill. And you're going to have to decide away one of these lists. And I'm going to challenge you to not think about this in your powerful primate prefrontal cortex. Don't synthesize. Don't manipulate. Don't project. I'm going to ask you to drop into your subcortical limbic system, which is the supercomputer that is running in your heart, running in your gut. And this is the true decider. So what are you feeling about these 2 sides of the paper? Which one is your authentic truth? There's no best, there's no worst, and I'm going to challenge you to shade in the side of the paper that is your truth. Phase 2, draw a horizontal line across the middle of your paper. On the bottom, it's going to be the results. It's going to be competence. These are all vital things for men. If you don't have these, you're handicapped. You can't buy these things. You have to earn them. However, on the top part of the paper, you're going to have the journey. You're going to have relationships. You're going to have compassion. Again, you've got another decision. What is your truth about the top half of the paper or the bottom half of the paper? And again, without thinking, getting down into your animal limbic system, which carries the supercomputer of your truth, shade in the side that you occupy in your tribe and in your truth. At this point, you should have 1/4 of the paper that is shaded in. This is going to be your primary archetype. It doesn't mean that you don't have access to the other 3. It doesn't mean that there's a best or a worst. It simply means that you've spent the majority of your time forming the habits, forming the patterns that have actually created a groove or an identity or personality, which is the role that you play in social situations. Most of this was determined before the age of 7. And the Jesuits say, "Give me that boy till age 7 and I will give you the man." This is our core operating system. And for most of us men, wherever that quadrant is, we became wounded and suffered what they call a core wound. We were bullied, we were abandoned, we were marginalized, we were made fun of. And so we learned that we had to get out of that core operating system and find a new role that we played that had our needs met. So there are generally going to be 2 of these archetypes or operating systems, and the one that has a double shade for you is going to be your current operating system. This archetype that you currently operate in is the lens the gauge, the diagnostic tool that you use when you're interacting with social situations.